Oh, hello. Oh! There we go. Hello, everybody. This is Dice Bag again, artist, game designer, world builder, occasional VTuber. What are we doing tonight? Tomeboys, do you know what we're doing tonight? Well, Dice Bag, it looks like you are, once again, drawing a waifu. He always draws the waifus nowadays, doesn't he? Yeah, when is he gonna get back to drawing creatures? It's like he thinks he's done with the game or something. Look, I put off drawing humans for a long time, and now I'm behind. So we gotta do that now. That's why we're doing it so much, Tomeboys. Because I put it off, but we're finishing it now. And we draw them in off stream because they're less interesting for the chat. That's true, that's true. So yeah, here we are. We got the League Naturalist. And, you know, we will be doing some creatures later on because I realized I can just kind of draw creatures by themselves. I don't necessarily need them to be with humans. So I'm gonna be doing more of that. Especially because I want to get back into doing more shorts and other videos for YouTube, which I have put on hiatus for a while, but I did post one of the videos that I've had in my backlog, and it did quite well. So I need to get back into that, get the word out a little bit better, because before the actual game is ready. And also, doing all the design stuff has gotten me kind of like burned out a little bit. So yeah. So we got the dude here. We're basically gonna just use this entire color scheme for the girl. Much like they do in Pokemon with like the factions and stuff. The way like all of the teams have a male and female version, but they just look like siblings or something. That's what we're gonna be doing. Except these are good guys. Important distinction. Alright. This shouldn't take too long, so we can get into the creature drawing again pretty quick. Let's see though. Let's use this color for the sleeves here. Like so. Get the hair in there.
Cat with a mouse says, "Been a while. Glad to hear that game development has been progressing."
Cat, welcome back. Good to see you again. It has been progressing. Let's see. Not too sure about this. I think we need this to be the green color. Or maybe it'd be better as blue. How have you been, cat? Long time no see. I've been trying to get some random humans designed and all that. That way we can have something that's ready-made for like followers or hirelings and things of that nature. And getting the scenarios all figured out. Been working on dungeon generation again recently. I think I've basically gotten all the ideas down. I just need to kind of polish them up with the formatting and all that and give them a test. And then there's a whole bunch to do, just uploading things to the website and getting things in the form of PDF files. So we can distribute them. Let's see, what else do we need to do? I got a whole list. Oh yeah, we gotta figure out the whole agronomy profession at some point. Because I have kind of been putting that off. Whoops. You know what? I need to pull up the League of Magi symbol. So I can put that on our cloak here. Whoops. Here's what we'll do. We will expand that area. Now we got a nice outline for it. Alright, we're gonna have to get a little tiny with our stuff here. How does that look? Okay. So this is just like so. Yeah. Alright, I think that's good. And then we can go ahead and put the flats on the face, I guess. Let's see, do we want that to have the teeth? Probably better to have her mouth more open. Like so. Like I was saying earlier, I was thinking I needed to get more art done of actual creatures that I haven't really drawn art of yet. Partly for the video stuff I'm working on. But I always had like a hard time kinda coming up with ideas for stuff like that. I was thinking, well, maybe there's like some Pokemon art or fan art or something that I can draw inspiration from. And then I remembered, oh yeah, they've got like an entire card game that's full of just artwork of individual Pokemon. So I pulled that up and started looking around, and I'm like, you know what, most of this stuff is actually fairly bland and generic. But it did kind of get me out of the thinking that I need to do something special with like every single composition. Sometimes it's just good enough to have a creature in its habitat hanging out. That's what we'll be doing after I get this chick all drawn or colored up. Whoops. We don't need a... Okay, get off of that. Wrong tool. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Probably want to put most of this leg in shadow. A little bit over here. I gotta get some on the face too. Looking flat. The face, the hair. Whoops. Wait a second, what's going on here? This whole thing does not need to be in shadow. When did that happen? There we go. No, I probably don't need to be so strict about the shape of the shadows at this point. Because we're gonna soften those edges anyways, and that's gonna remove a good portion of what I've actually put on there. Alright, that should be good for normal darks. I don't think I even did a second layer on this guy for the shadows. So I guess we'll be skipping that much. And we can go right on to the highlights. Oh, but before that, gotta put the axe head in shadow.
Cat with a Mouse says, afraid that I won't be able to join any more Crytures sessions. Have to devote the time to managing my chronic pain. Helping you with group beta testing was fun though.
Alright. Well, we haven't seen anybody ready to start back up again. I'm probably going to be doing more solo testing anyways. But I hope that shit gets better for you. Let's see. What do we need to do? Ready to move on to highlights, I guess. Are you still playing with your other group, Cat? Or have you had to give that up too?
Cat with a Mouse says, other groups have been going very well. Haven't had to give them up yet.
Ah, that's good at least. Let's see, what other kind of stuff have we been doing with Crytures recently? Seems like it's mostly just been making character designs and doing dungeon generation. No wonder I'm feeling burnout recently. Doing the same thing over and over. I'll have to mix things up a little bit. I guess doing the videos will help with that. But it doesn't exactly make the game get done any faster. Unfortunately. Whoops, wrong layer there. I have to keep reminding myself that the core rules are not going to include like every little thing that I want to put in the game, because that would be madness. I was getting way too specific with some of the dungeon generation stuff. I had to step back for a second and be like, you know what? I think I might actually have enough for it right now. I just don't need to get so deep into the specifics of each, like, type of dungeon, and just give a more general set of rules. And then when it comes to supplements and stuff, we can get a little deeper. I was coming up with all new mechanics and whatnot. I was like, man, I don't think I really need to define all of this stuff at the moment. I kind of need to finish what I've already got. Put a little highlight on the thighs there.
Cat with a mouse says, "Ah yes. The ever important hourglass figure shading."
Gotta make the goils a little coivy. Ooh, look at that. Got a big old gap right over here. You know what? I gotta say, I'm a little annoyed that Valentine's Day falls on my stream day this time. All them female VTubers are gonna be doing Valentine's Day streams. And it's like, is it even worth streaming? Today? Perhaps not, but habit is habit. I will let fate decide. Plus, I need to force myself to work on this stuff anyways. Which doesn't always happen when I'm not streaming. Unfortunately. Not always disciplined enough for that. But when I force myself to sit down and stream, then we get things done.
Cat with a mouse says, "You're an artist. You can literally have any girl you want at any time."
By drawing her? Let's see. I don't know that I'm interesting enough of an artist to use it to pick up chicks. Also, you gotta be around females to get them. And there aren't that many when you're working night shift in a factory. Okay, this thing is annoying me. That's better. Alright, time to get wrong color. I'm gonna get this thing. Whoops. Reduce opacity.
Zero Festiva Zero says, "She looks ready for plaps."
Hello, Festiva. How is it going? I saw you was drawing some Tuhoos or something over on the Twitters.
Zero Festiva Zero says, "Yes." Zero Festiva Zero says, "To how 11 piece?"
Toho 11 piece? I do not know what that is. But I'm happy for you. Or sorry that happened, whatever. Well, good to see you stopping by to enjoy the waifu drawing. We're not going to be on this one too much longer. We got to do actual creature art this time.
Zero Festiva Zero says. Claps for you.
Not for me. Thanks. I'm good.
Zero Festiva Zero says. Imagine drawing women, crazy.
It is pretty crazy. You can just draw a woman. Isn't that something? Let's look at her brother over here. We gotta get some color references.
Zero Festiva Zero says. Oh, you a man.
He won't be around for long. Don't worry. There. Actually, I need him again. And get the outline color. Does the rest of them use that same color? Or is that... Oh yeah, that's a different color. For the face and stuff. There we go. You know what? Let's put a little shine on this. We'll have the eye shine down in the center on the bottom because that is where her orb is. There we go. Oh yeah. I think she might be done.
Hathroot says. Hey you dice.
Path.
B/
How's it going? What are you up to? We're just finishing up a waifu over here. Gotta save her. Then we'll be drawing some creatures.
Hathroot says. Just taking a break.
Taking a break? That's not very hustler of you. Taking breaks. All the hustle bros would be upset. Good thing I'm not one. So I guess that's okay. Let's see. Next
Ruth
up.
says, haha, true. XDDD.
Alright, we got this guy we're gonna work on. Slop Eye here. He needs a face, first of all. Let me get a reference for this boy. Put him over here. There we go. And this is what I was talking about before. Needing some more art of just creatures doing things in their habitats. The kind of stuff you'd see on a Pokemon card. And we probably won't even get like deep into the cleaning up of this. I might just finish this one right on stream instead of sending it off to Patron. I really could stand to not be perfectionist with my line art. Sometimes the sloppy lines kind of give it a little character. Just need to clean it up a little bit. And of course, he needs a mouth too.
Cat with a Mouse says, good luck with your art and gaming.
You calling it a night, Cat? I will have my fun, rest assured. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll just clean up some of the lines, and we'll throw some colors on this guy. See how far I want to take this tonight. I want to do more than one of these. But this is one that I started earlier just to get the idea on paper so I wouldn't forget. Well, on paper. On digital canvas. Or rather. What kind of stuff has been going on this week? Feels like it was fairly uneventful. I guess they announced the freaking Diablo 2. DLC. That's weird to see and to say. New Diablo 2 content in the year 2026. Not sure what Blizzard is doing these days, but they're trying something. Whoops.
Their cloaks were threadbare, their souls were torn through failure's ash, their mission born. Spells on lips and lanterns low. They
came out with this Diablo 2 thing, and then there's also rumors that they're working on a StarCraft shooter. It's like, are we getting StarCraft Ghost? Did they revive that? The game that they canceled years and years ago that people were disappointed by. Who knows what they've got up their sleeve over there, but not exactly confident that modern Blizzard can pull off the things they need to.
Pack of eight-legged blights so grim, by staff and chant they'll silence them, for redemption calls their fates.
Alright, let's throw some color on this boy.
Courage they'll find.
We'll do a quick shade job. Let's see. These guys are typically subterranean, so we're gonna use kind of a purpley thing for the background. Whoops. A lot of this probably should be in shadows since he is underground, mostly in darkness. Let's get some shading on that eye too. I can kind of show that it's bulging out from the rest of his body. And get that little bit there that's not right. There we go. I'll select the inside of the mouth so we can draw on this freely without worrying about it getting in other things. Yeah, that's some nice depth. Maybe some here. Alright, now let's do a second shadow layer. Get some under the arms there. And a little bit there. Alright, that looks pretty good, I think. Now we can throw on some highlights. Let's make these stand out fairly strong. Oh, and make it a clipping mask. You know what, if the light is gonna come, you know what, I'm not even gonna worry about it. It is what it is. Alright, let's soften the shading up here and put some finishing touches on this boy. After that, let's get an even bigger brush to do this with. Since it's such a big image. No point in getting into little details. Oh, that's not a shadow, that's just the base color. Oh no, wait. That's a shadow on the other layer. Alright, you know what? It's time to put some stuff in the background. Let's make this more bluish.
Conjurers unite, we're well aware. In the heart of the mall lies grim despair.
Need a big old brush for this.
Eldritch fear makes us all
Not a ruler. Thank you very much.
Mystic runes glow in the midnight air. We chant our spells with fiery flare. Echoes of darkness all around. In the abyss.
And let's see, we should probably kind of tie the colors together a little bit so he's not entirely the saturated color. Let's see if we can get a better you know what, first of all, let's put this into a folder and then we'll clipping mask to that.
Silent whispers from the ancient past. Haunted souls in the shadows cast. We hold fast to magic.
Let's go ahead and like put some little light sources and stuff in the back here. Probably shouldn't be yellow. Let's make it like a blue. Make it like nice and saturated.
Chalice raised with sacred light, banish all beyond our sight. In last night.
These will be like glowing mushrooms or something in the cave. And then we'll kind of use that to add some rim light. Let's make a glow layer so these are like projecting some light instead of just sticking around where they are. We'll add a little bit of like depth up here for like the cavern wall. Just kind of painting in some vague details. And now let's do some rim lighting. I do need to put some color on the line art itself. Not just the rim light. There we go. Now let's do the colors. Let's see. Let's get it something like that. we'll use this for the cavern shelf here.
Chained by stone, the tomb unfurls, whispers deep from forgotten worlds. Hands of
Yeah.
power, old and grim,
Let me look at it on the other screen.
stir in the shadows him. Scrolls unravel, time does scream. Empires
Not bad for like 1 hour of work.
supreme.
Probably could stand to have done a little more foreshortening with the body.
In the dark, their sins are claimed. The work of man, their pride, their bane. Crafting gods through skill.
I might be able to cheat it. Oh wait, hold on.
Machines awaken, their hearts beat black.
We're gonna need to include the rim light if I'm gonna warp it like this.
The work of man, their pride, their bane. Crafting gods through skill and pain. Machines awaken, their hearts beat black. From dust they rise, they must attack. Here's that groan, the pulse of might. Furnaces blaze in eternal
And then we
night.
move the bottom out.
Power forged, yet hearts are dead.
Up. Not like that.
Ancient curse, the work of men. Blinded by their bold desire, mortals sought to harness fire, but fire burns and shadows spread. Among their marvels, none were spared. The work of man, their pride, their bane. Crafting gods through skill.
We'll get it, we'll get it.
Machines awaken, their hearts beat black. From dust they rise, they must attack.
Oh, the eye. That looked a little weird. And the mouth. The mouth too. I gotta... That one. There we go, a little consistency. We got a little gap at the bottom, so let's move them down just a tad. Alright. I think that's pretty good. It probably could stand to have the overlay a little stronger. Let's try that. All right. Good start on these, I think. Now we need to actually come up with another thing to do. Because I did not have a plan beyond this one. Let's see. Let's see. Pokemon card art. Let's get some ideas here. The Art of Pokemon Japanese Card Database. Alright, let's just pick one of these random sets and we'll take a look at some of the art. Here, you know what? I could probably put this on screen while I'm scrolling through. Where is... There it is. Alright. Also, I need to check out which creatures don't have art yet. Let's open up my database here on the website. Characters, classes, crafting property, crafting recipes, creature encounters, creatures! There we go. Let's scroll all the way down to the art gallery. Let's see, we got plenty of the starters for now. Gastroc, oh yeah, that was one. I don't know, that one might take some anatomy. It was gonna have a human in it. Let's see. We got that one done. Bullseye hanging from a tree branch. I haven't drawn Bullseye since I designed him. So this will be a new one. You know what, I guess I don't need the brave window. Alright, let's get a new one. Square should be a good composition for this. Let's get Bullseye up here. One of my least favorite designs. But he's going in the game, so we got to draw him at some point. Let's see. Ugh. He's gonna need some serious foreshortening. Also, his head's super big. Dude's head is like that. Or like that. You know what? My initial idea of the composition may have not been ideal. What I can do is make the tree branch like so. And then he can be like this. we gotta, like, get most of his ears in here. Kind of a major design feature. And his bussin' hairdo. Let's see, a little nose like that. And the splatter pattern. Pattern probably should be a little shorter from this angle. Since we're kind of seeing his underside here. Also, his limbs are a lot more stubby than I'm drawing them. And then he's got kind of the goopy pupils, kind of like Slop Eye does. I'm thinking we really need to double down on the angle here. Partly so we can get more of his design in and get a little more centered on the composition. I should probably switch to a smaller brush at this point. I might be able to finish this guy too. Alright, let's get more into the nitty-gritty here. We'll clean up some of this. Not fully, we'll leave it a little rough like the other one, but get some of this stray garbage out of here.
Through the mist, the path is set. A conjurer's oath, no chance to regret. Vivid veil where the shadows gleam, under the rule of a fairy's dream. Verdant king, your gaze I feel, a throne of leaves, a realm unreal, bound by thorns, the forest stirs, green flames burn, your magic purrs.
Oh, we need an even smaller eraser for this.
Branches twitch with whispered dread, echoes of the living, the long since dead. Arcane runes in trails unfold, veins of emerald, secrets untold. Oath of the conjurer, forged in fire, through the glades where mortals tire. Dare I brave the verdant king's might, a lord of wonders, veiled in night. Verdant king, your gaze I fear, yet I
Oh, that ear needs some cleanup. Some more cleanup.
Winding streams with laughter laced, the valley braced with ancient grace, yet cunning
Smooth some of this out. Get rid of that and that and that and that and that. And hopefully, when I zoom out on this part, it won't be all wonky. Yeah, that looks alright. Whoops, that was supposed to be an eraser. Alright, just need to get this leg and I think we'll be able to start throwing colors on this thing. Oh wait, he needs his little bushy tail though. There we go. Now let's just make this eye entirely bigger to fit the perspective a little better. Alright, color time. Oh, his face pattern. I completely forgot about the face pattern.
Zero Festiva Zero says. Ugh. How am I supposed to plap this?
I don't know. That's for you to figure out, man. I ain't your plapping coach. I warned you we wouldn't be drawing waifus the entire time. Okay. Now we can put some of this on.
Zero Festiva Zero says. You need to steal from Digimon more and just make half the magical animals straight up women.
I actually just hate that. I want my collectible monsters to actually be monsters, not just women in cosplay. Or refrigerators with guns.
Zero
about the
Festiva
world
Zero
building.
says. Man refuses to do what is needed to grow the audience.
What do you mean I'm drawing waifus left and right? Look at this. Besides, cute animals are appealing to the ladies.
Zero Festiva Zero says. I don't see her getting bread.
Well, that's for the fan art. Rule 34 isn't official art. You guys in chat are gonna have to take that upon yourself. Besides, people draw more lewd art of non-lewd characters. It's best to leave some to the imagination, you see. Alright, how do we shade this? What are we gonna do with this thing? Probably should put like most of it in shadow. And have it like lit from the back. Whoop. Let's make that even darker so it shows up better. Then we'll put a second layer on there for the darker shadows. Add some depth to his bust and hairstyle. And inside the ears. Let's go ahead and add in the eye shadows here. And some texture on the tree. Alright, highlight time. Let's go with a full 60 opacity on this. You know what? Let's take the base layer. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Not really standing out too much. And now we can go in and do the softening. Oh yeah. This stuff is getting done awfully quick when I don't worry too much about the line art. We're gonna have to find another one to do. Also, probably helps that I'm not drawing humans. Don't have to be as picky about the anatomy when it's cartoon animals. Let's see. Overlay? That's next. Give that a quick pass. Probably should have a little reflected light up here. And while we're at it, let's put a little shine on them eyes. Oh, gonna need to be more careful about this one. Hey, look at him. He is coming out okay. We could probably go a little lighter on the line art there. Even more so. Actually, maybe we should keep it a little dark. Had the eyes blending into the rest of his face a little bit there, that wasn't good. Now let's get some rim lighting in here. He's just gonna be out in the sun, so we'll use a yellow. Alright. Now let's get this
Middle
background
graph
worked
says,
out.
Best viewers
Best viewers.
Remove the space.
Best viewers.
S2YTDLO3.
Band middle grandparents. Surely I already have best viewers. Let's get out our leaf brush here. There we go. Now we'll add in some impressions of branches in the background. And oh, let's zoom out on this boy. Let's see, where is my cloud brush? There we go. And you know what? We could stand to have even more leaves. And branches. Let's take one more pass with the leaves on a second layer. Kind of obscure some of that. Look at that boy. He looks a little cuter in motion. Or in context. I don't know. What would you call that? I'll save this one. We'll call this one Hanging Around. Alright, now what? It's 2 hours in and I've already finished 3 drawings. What's wrong with me today? I guess we can do the sketch of that other one I was thinking of. That will have the humans, a human or two. Let's see, where's my list at? Oh wait, this one didn't even have humans. Gastroc with another creature on its back. That begs the question, what creature? I am looking through my database. Let's see. You know, we haven't done Viper before. A little fire snake. Let's use a wider canvas on this one. And let's see, where is Gastrock at? G. There he is. Oh, you know what? I should take the opacity pressure sensitivity off before I start drawing this. On the eraser too. And like before, we'll do a little bit of foreshortening. We'll be getting like a low angle on this guy. Fix that angle a little bit. Let's see. Maybe we should truncate this a little bit more in the back so we can get his tail in there. Let's move him down a bit, and then we can have a little more room for one on his back. Well, I'm not sure if I'm really feeling Viper. Hoplo is one that I haven't used yet, though. Little guy, little bird guy. Let's see. He's kind of chunky in the body. Oh, we might not even have enough. Actually, let's again shrink him down a tad. He's got kind of this Greek helmet designed to his face. And the feathers actually get larger further back they are. Make his little claws grasping onto the edge of the shell. And let's make 2 of them. Oh, also, can't forget the tail feathers. We're gonna have to adjust those. Make them bigger and further down. That should be good. Let's see, how many feathers does he have? 5? Yes. Actually, his beak could probably be a little longer. And we're gonna have to use a different layer for these tail feathers, because I'm not going to be able to draw over that very well without destroying it. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Whoops. Speaking of destroying what I've already drawn. Also, this guy's eyes are misaligned. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's use a smaller brush now. We're getting to that point. I need to be refining things a tad. Probably won't finish this entire one. But we'll kind of clean it up a little bit so Patrick can tell what I intend. Get the pupils in there. Yeah, now he's looking like a thing. Actually, these tails should be overlapping in the opposite direction. Or these tail feathers, rather. Here's another thing that's not quite right. Let's actually take this entire head thing and we'll kind of twist it a little. Thinking this might actually be better if we move these over just a tad. That way the other guy's not really getting blocked by the eye. We'll raise it just a little bit. That way there's not like a weird tangent here where the tip is touching the edge. We want to avoid them tangents. And we'll call this one Along for the Ride. I think it might be a good place to quit. It's a little early, but I've done a lot this stream. I'm starting to run out of ideas and energy. Let's call it here. Get the outro going. Thanks for hanging out, everybody who showed up. We got quite a bit done here. Actually, just about everything I drew is at some low angle. Alright. Well, anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you next time. We'll be probably doing more of this. Who would have guessed, right? Bye!